Hey tech besties, welcome or welcome back to kaetalkstech. I'm Kay. Let's talk tech. So what I want to talk to you about right now is the job market. It's a little quick check-in. So I've noticed over the past couple of weeks, there's been more activity, at least from the consulting side, and I'm seeing a few more jobs. Not, and it's not double or anything. It's not back to regular rates or regular volumes, but there are more, and the rates are better. Um, in particular, I'm seeing more places asking for an AI component, especially people who have done AI implementations and can provide some guidance. So that's the new hotness, um, and you need to hop on that. The thing about it is, they always want somebody who has already done some implementation. So that's the challenge. How do you get that experience? Um, what I usually do is I teach myself whatever those topics are, and I may or not do a little project or two on my own. And I am incorporated, so I can always do a project under my own company and put that on my resume. Um, I've made myself very, very, very literate with the AI productivity tools. Um, and so I then look for a role that is where I'm a contributor and not the main person. Because if I become a contributor to something, baby, I get in there and I soak that information up like a sponge, okay? And I take that and extrapolate it out and see what else I can learn. I really drive myself to develop in that area. So, of course, that's what I want to do with AI. And I did do a little project because I'm very interested in doing AI automation directly to companies on my own as a consultant. Maybe not enterprise level, maybe just, mid-sized companies where I've worked before, because, I have all this experience, and they're going to be less caring that I got two gray hairs. Okay. Um, what they're going to look at is she has all that enterprise level experience automating things, and now she can do AI too. And of course, I will create a little demo to show people. But let me tell you what I did. I gave myself the use case of something I've wanted for a very long time, and that is inbox automation. I get so many emails from different consulting companies. Some of them are, well, actually, many of them are not relevant to my background, because they don't do the due diligence up front that they used to do. Now it's like throwing spaghetti at a wall. Okay, you have tech in your background. Okay, any tech job I get, I'm going to send it to these 8,000 people, whether it's relevant or not, and see what happens. Like for instance, I don't do cybersecurity. I'm not a cybersecurity person. My strength and background is in software and application development, digital transformation, legacy replacement, integration. Nothing in there even sounds like cybersecurity, but they throw that at me too. So I've always wanted a tool that works better than those rules you can set up in your email. Get an email, parse it based on what you see, decide if it's in my wheelhouse or not, and then send an automated response. Okay. So I gave myself a little MVP, if you will. If you're not familiar with what MVP is, it means minimum viable product. Um, and it's when you take a subset of what you really want to do, you trim it down to be something small where you can prove that this thing will work, like the core of it will work. And you can look up MVP. It's an agile term if you want more information. But yeah, so I gave myself a little MVP. So another thing that I do, I've been talking to you about my AI tools cheat sheet. So the cheat sheet is available through Eventbrite. When I sell something on Eventbrite, it sends me an email. So I decided to test it using that. When I get this email, take the email, parse the information, and store it in a Google Sheet. Now, I'm a former developer, heavy on the former. So I haven't coded anything beyond SQL, which I don't really consider code, right? That's scripting, which is different. You techies know. So I went to ChatGPT and asked it if I want to automate my inbox to do this, how should I go about that? So it told me what to do. And it gave me three choices. So the first choice it gave me, I was like, okay, let me add in that I have zero budget. So it added that consideration in, and it suggested that I use AppScript, which is the scripting language that Google has, where you can manipulate Google Sheets and so forth. So I went over to Gemini AI. I asked it to write the code. It wrote the code. I ran the code. It wasn't right. I had to troubleshoot it and debug it just like I was coding back in the day. So that part was, somewhat disappointing. But the point is that I don't code anymore, and I didn't want to take the time to learn it. So it was able to give me the code, and then I just told it what I wanted it to do. Now, telling it what I wanted it to do got to be very detailed. It was not parsing the data correctly, and so I had to figure out why that was, and then I had to tell it exactly what I wanted it to do. Go to this part of the email, create a variable, put that part in the variable, then parse the variable because it was having a problem. So I told it, create this variable. Parse the variable. When you see this character or this symbol, then read through to the next space or whatever it is, and that's going to be this particular data element, and store that in the Google Sheet. And it worked. It took me I always say it took me a full day, right? And this is where the future of AI is going, because it's not just productivity tools. There are automations that people can do on their own, and there are some products out there that are making it easy for you to do that. But then there's also agentic AI, and that's the big, let's replace a human with what we can do. So you got to learn it. You got to pick up on the AI. So and you got to figure out how you're going to get those AI skills. I am definitely going to create some sort of project to work on, and I'll throw it out there to you. If you're interested in working on an AI project with me, you can let me know your interest. I want to tell you right now, it will be a workshop situation. It will not be free, because I'm not doing things for free anymore. That's just what it is, unless I give back to the community, right? But just generally working, I'm not doing that for free. So anyway, that's my little beginning of the AI journey. It was kind of fun. I didn't code in a long time. When you're coding and you're fixing something, it's fun, but it's also frustrating. So it's frustrating fun, but the mental challenge is always worth it. So that's it. That's all I have for you right now. Like, subscribe, share. Check out kaetalkstech.com, the coaching menu item. And if you're interested in something, if you need something, let me know. Okay, that's it. Bye.